Hello. Now that we've studied about all the layers on a one-on-one basis, let's just take a step back and look at the full picture of the blockchain architecture one more time, right? So we've covered 5 interconnected layers, each with their own purpose. Starting with application layer, going to security layer, distributed ledger, data management layer, and infrastructure layer. Alongside, we also studied about blockchain tools and libraries, how we can do the work that could be done in months, years, in days, in weeks actually. And then we've also studied about the different programming tools that we have, the programming languages, the programming frameworks, and all. So if I talk about application layer, it is all about the interface and business logic, defines what blockchain should do, the functional requirements, the non-functional requirements. If I talk about SLAs, all of those, they come in this layer. Then coming to the security layer, this is the layer that controls the access in the permissioned environments. In permissionless environments, we have consensus algorithms. In permissioned environments, when we need to know, right, that who is who and what all are the accesses that this role has. So it ensures that we know who is participating and what can they do. So what were the two things? Identity management and role-based access control. Coming to the next, that is the distributed ledger layer. It stores all transactions across all nodes, keeps them synchronized and tamper-proof through consensus. So we also studied about the incentive distribution mechanism in this layer. Then let's come to the data management layer. Here we studied about how the transactions are processed into blocks and how we have, the self hash, that is the unique fingerprint, how we have the hash for the previous block, and how we have the Merkle root, that is the hash for all the transactions, right? And that is how all of this, how, we ensure immutability through cryptography. That is all that we did in the data management layer. Then we had the infrastructure layer that gave out the hardware, the network, the physical backbone that keeps the blockchain running, right? But the thing is, why are we thinking in layers? Because, first point, it helps us design systems logically, making sure that each responsibility is actually clearly defined. Everybody knows what are their specific tasks, what are the areas that they need to look over. Then second, it helps us debug issues. If something's wrong, we know exactly where to look. Let's say if the wiring in your house just goes bad one day, you don't go and check the plumbing, right? You call up an electrician and he sees up the wiring. So that is how you make sure that if something is wrong, you exactly know where to look for it. Then third, it helps us innovate in a way. New consensus algorithms, new or better security models, you can slot them together into the right layer, right? Without, you having to rebuild everything. You know exactly what layer you need to make the changes. What layer is this security model going to be implemented in? Or what layer are these consensus algorithms going to be implemented in? So you know everything, right? There is a clear differentiation for you to look in that makes things more efficient in a way, right? So yeah, with this, I think I'm good with the blockchain architecture. Any questions, anything, please post them in the comments. I make sure that I look into the comments once, every 2 to 3 days. And then, yeah, next we're going to start with the challenges. Thank you so much. Bye bye.